So, and today we're going to discuss about this 10,000 grant. We're going to talk about the 10,000 grants advance, SBA advance. They call it targeted. Okay, now. Yeah, we're going to discuss about that. I know a lot of people have been asking questions about how to get it, how to receive it. Am I eligible? So also, how can you do to apply for me? So yes, I've been receiving a lot of those questions from many people asking to know how we can actually, how they can actually apply for this, how they can actually apply for this 10,000 grants. Or the people are told that they are eligible. Some people were still asking to know exactly what they need to do in order to benefit from that program. And what I need to do now is to actually let you know about the latest information that I have on that. You need to know that I don't make them up. Most of the time, I just trying to get the information and I share it with my community. This is basically what I do. I do not work for the SBA. They don't pay me for that. And to me, it's an opportunity if my family members can actually benefit from this. When I say family member, I mean my community. I'm not talking about my brother and sister from the same house. I'm talking about the people within the community, right? Because if I don't get those funds and you don't get it, somebody else is going to have them, okay? Someone else will receive those funding. Whether you receive it or no, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter whether you receive the fund or no. The point is that someone will receive it. So if I have an update or any new information that I think it may help one of the member of the community, to me, I feel like a duty to actually share it with the maximum of people possible as I can. I mean, everybody will actually also take advantage of. Now it's up to you guys, because I'm not even sure that this webinar is going to be registered. I'm not sure that this webinar is going to be recorded, because I won't even have the possibility to actually. I'm not sure this will. I'm not going to be able to record this. So what you're going to receive here, what you need to do is to share with anybody that you think may be eligible or may be in the same situation just like you. This is what I will want you to do to help at your level, the community, okay? Yeah, this is basically what I will want you guys to do. If you do that, you will be playing your part in this process, okay? Yeah, so that's the reason why I'm saying that it's really important for us to work as a community. If you work as a community, we are helping each other basically, okay? We need to help each other. When we don't do that, we are losing, because if some things and information that your brother within the same church or the same school or the same job place, the information that he has that will have helped him will also help you. Yeah, that's the reason why I think we have to share information whenever it's possible. And today, information that I have is basically what will be the step to get the 10,000 grants advance, targeted advance. Okay, this is basically what I need to share with you today. And I'm sure because my computer is not letting me do everything I wanted to do with you, but I'm going to do my best to actually share everything that is in my mind, even though I cannot put it on the screen and share with you. Yeah, okay. First of all, when I finish, if you have a question, you can ask the question. The question could be about what I'm going to explain in a few seconds, or it could also be about any other thing related to PPP EIDL before the 45 minutes that I still have expires. Okay, so over here, I'm going to want to ask to the community or to the audience if there's someone here who never applied for the EIDL. Is there someone here who didn't apply for the EIDL?
Well, it's my first time. First time.
It was your first time to apply for the EIDL, right?
I've not applied for EIDL, Ogarusa.
You haven't applied yet, right?
Yes,
I haven't applied yet. I haven't applied yet also.
You haven't applied yet. Okay. That means the rest of the people applied, and whether they receive or they didn't receive, when you apply, you have two alternatives, right? Whether you are approved, you receive, or you are denied, you don't receive it. Or maybe you're not denied, but they're still keeping you in the process by asking more and more information, right? So it's either you apply or you haven't applied yet. So I'm going to explain all the condition on who can actually receive and how you're going to receive it. Okay, so before we start everything, I need to remind you guys the context of this new program for you to understand much better. This program was a new program that was actually, voted or adopted on December 27, right? At that time, a lot of people have applied from March 27 to all the way to December 27, and the EIDL program was scheduled to expire on December 31st, as everybody may know, right? But the lawmaker, they actually came up with this new round of funding to help small businesses, but they have put some condition on it, and that's the reason why a lot of people are going to apply, either lose it or maybe receive it fraudulently, because they will not have all the requirements to actually apply. But sometimes it happens that you don't even have no requirement, but they give you the money. But if they start to do an investigation or asking you to provide some document, and you don't provide them, that is how we know that you receive the money fraudulently. Okay, so they came up with a new round of funding, but they put some condition on it. For the PPP, they were saying that you have to have incurred at least 25% losses. Whether you are a new business created in 2020, or you have a business for a long time, you have to compare your activity in 2020. This is the COVID year, with your activity in 2019. If you didn't have no activity in 2019, then you compare your activity in 2020 before COVID, and then you compare this activity with when COVID started and all the way to now, because COVID didn't stop, right? So they say you have been losing money at least by 35%. It doesn't mean that you have to have a loss at the end of the year. I need to clarify that. Saying that you have incurred a loss doesn't mean you have a loss at the end of the year. You can have a profit. A lot of business actually were making more profit right now than before COVID. Why? Because things became more expensive, right? So if you have made more sales than the previous year, I'm talking about the PPP, this is just a parenthesis, and you can still be quite eligible. Why? Because you are able to find, a portion of time, which is basically a quarter when it comes to PPP, where you can show that, oh, this quarter, even though I made millions of dollars this year, this quarter I made $0. In 2019, I made $10, or that is 100% loss. Because if you made $10 last year during this quarter, and during this 2019 quarter, you make only $0 because everything was closed, then you are eligible, even though you make millions and millions of dollars this year. So that is how a lot of people have been like, no, this year was I made more income this year than the previous year. Then I don't think I will be eligible. So a lot of people are going to be losing money. That's where the income statement comes into play. okay? Because your income statement have everything laid down for you to compare quarter to quarter, where you are making profit, where you're making loss, where you're making even more loss or more profit, okay? So yeah, this was just a point. This webinar was not to talk about the PPP, but I was just explaining because I see that a lot of people are connected, and I feel like I need to put this out. Now, when it comes to SBA, initially it was understood that the SBA, the SBA will actually create a new program for a new round of SBA, okay? And we have been waiting for so long to see how they are going to structure the new round of SBA EIDL. So it came up to be that basically they are not going to create a new set of application for the SBA. That is what we need to know. That's the reason why at the beginning I didn't want to apply, didn't want to have my people apply, because I was waiting for, you know, the new round with the new requirement in the place for the new EIDL. But they stopped, they didn't do that. They only start continuing accepting the application for EIDL, because those applications were supposed to stop on December 31st. Okay, so I need to, you know, lift up a lot of confusion here. So there is no new set of application for EIDL. They just decided to continue to accept application. So now what happened is that if you have already received the money the first time, what you do is to apply for increase. And I see one or two people here that are already helped to apply for increase. So you know what apply for increase means, okay? So yeah, the thing you have to do if you have received already the EIDL 1, now there's no such thing called now EIDL 2. You have to just request for reconsideration. I have had people receiving sometimes up to $50,000 as a new funds from the EIDL. Just a matter of providing documentation and know how to structure your request. Okay, so basically, after that, the SBA is saying that, okay, listen, yes, there's no new set of application for EIDL, but because the EIDL also came with the grant portion of it, right? What did they do? They came up and said, oh, you know what? For the grant portion of the EIDL, you're just going to, once you are, if you just want to receive it, that's what was said at the beginning. But there will be a condition for the grant portion. The condition will be that you need to meet 3 different requirements. You have to be located in the low income community, okay? And we know that most of us are located on low income community. I don't want to go into too much detail to see how we calculate it, but if you Google where you live to see if you are in the low income community, sometimes it depends. I mean, the city where you live, you may know that it's a low income community, right? But if you're not sure, you can actually Google it. But there is a way, I'm going to share it in the Facebook group that we have, how you can specifically know if you are in low income community. That's why they call this 10,000 grant, they rename it into targeted EIDL grants. Okay, it's a 10,000 grant. They say in order to receive this, you have to be located in the low income community. You have to have suffered economically. You see, again, you have to have suffered economically by at least 30%. Okay, they're saying that you have to pick the actual date this year, 2020, and pick any 8-week period and compare that with any 8-week period before COVID, basically, to show that you have suffered economically, okay? And again, it comes back to go to what I call income statement. If you have your income statement, you see that January, February, 8 weeks period is basically 2 months. Is there any 2 month period where you have made less income than before COVID, basically? or less income compared to last year. This is what it means. And a lot of people are eligible because from April, a lot of business was closed. I mean, not even from March 15, March 20, business start closing themselves before the state actually, have them to shut the door. So a lot of business will be eligible. It will just be a matter of how to show it. Now, of course, they are saying that you have to have 300 or less employees. If you are a business that hire people, you have to have 300 or less employees in order to be able to benefit on this program. Okay, so those are the main 3 criteria that you need to fulfill in order to receive those grants. Now, who is going to receive the grant? We still didn't answer that question, right? The people that should receive the grant, the SBA came up to categorize them into 2 groups, but there is obviously a 3rd group that we still don't know how they're going to do with them. Okay, those 2 groups are, I'm saying 3rd group because we know that those lawmakers, especially we have a new administration, every administration will always want to show that, oh, he can do better than the previous administration, especially if you are trying to provide funding. So the new administration will show that they can actually provide even more funding than the previous administration. That's the reason why you need to be on track. You need to be among the people that are going to benefit from this. Imagine that the first time somebody say, okay, I really don't need this money. Now they are saying that the first people to be eligible for this money are the people who applied on the first time on the EIDL. Normally, initially, when you were applying on the EIDL, automatically you were receiving the 1,000 grant. It was initially supposed to be 10,000. Then the SBA came up to only give 1,000 per employee, right? So people who applies, if you were applied by yourself because you're self-employed, then you will have received only 1,000. If you applied as with 2 employees, that means 2 employees plus you, that is 3,000. That means you will have received 3,000 at that time. But over time, the money start running out, right? At the point that some people actually applied, they were approved for some money, but that 1,000 per employee, they didn't even get it. So you see that over here, you have 2 categories of people. The first people who applies, who receive the money, and the other people who applies and didn't receive the money because the money actually runs out, or they start increasing the requirement for you to get the money. They start asking you to provide this, provide that, provide this. It means that there's no money on the table. If they start asking you those questions, it means that they don't have that much money on the table no more. So basically, what happened is that they say that every person that has applied, okay, on the first time, the first one of EIDL, those people will receive the $10,000 automatically. That is what they were saying. Automatically. That means you just need to watch your email to see, okay, they are giving you the money. And that is what I was also telling my people. Okay, this is what you have to do. Just apply for the increase of your loan to continue to be, in the race. That means they're going to account you for those 10,000 grants automatically. This is the first one, the first group of people. The second group of people are the people who applied but didn't even receive the money. A lot of people even here applied the first time, but they didn't receive the 1,000 grant. To those people, I will say again, okay, come back, stay in the race. Request for a consideration. No, not consideration. Request for an increase. That means you sit on the race. Even the people who applied and didn't receive the money, because as long as you apply, you are already eligible for the money. Because you apply, you are eligible. So if you are already applied last time, even though you didn't even receive the funding, you are eligible for those 10,000 grants. Now, the process that they let us understand is not what is actually applying, okay? They let us understand that just stay cool. You're gonna see the $1,000 the way it was the first time. If you receive 1,000 the first time, they will send you the balance of 9,000 because they want to give you the full 10,000. If you receive $5,000 the same time, they're gonna send you another 5,000, just the way they did the last time. The last time you were applying for EIDL, you just stay cool. And you're just surprised that you see 1,000 to your account. You don't have to do nothing at all. So this is what we knew they're going to be doing. And this is what they let us know, we accountant with our customer, that they're going to be doing. But I'm not able to share the screen here, but I'm going to wait the letter that they actually start issuing to people. And at some point, I told some people that they're going to inform you by email. The law says that whenever those program is issued, the SBA has 30 days to actually issue the guidance on how people are going to receive the money. And the 27 was actually 30 days was actually January 27 because the law was signed. This bill was signed into law on December 27. So by January 27, they were supposed to start sending you guys email to let you know that, oh, we're going to send you the money. So this is what we knew the email is going to be about, just to inform you. That's why I ask people, watch the email for disaster customer service, because if they send you an email to tell you that, okay, you are eligible for it, and maybe there's something to do and you don't do it, you're going to lose the money, right? But what happened is that they have started effectively to send those letters out starting February 1st. I'm saying that because I received a letter that one of my clients received, and he shared that with me. And that is why I need to share the content with you, so that maybe you receive that letter, or maybe you saw the letter, you didn't even know it was the letter in question, because actually they use a different email to send it. It's not disaster customer service no more. It's actually a new email, which is a targeted advanced at sba.gov. So it's no longer disaster customer service at sba.gov. It's targeted because they call this 10,000 grant targeted. They want to target the people they're going to give the money to. Okay, so the email, again, you have to remember that targeted advanced at sba.gov. Okay, so basically, once you receive that email, what will the email say? The email will actually tell you exactly what you are going to do to get the money. And that is what I'm going to share with you, because if I don't, maybe some people receive the email already. Maybe some people haven't received it yet. And if I don't explain to what it means, this email, people will receive the email and just leave it there. And then after a while, they're going to lose the money. Or they will think that when they receive the email, maybe they have to, bake some paper, or maybe scan the paper and maybe send it by email to whoever it is. The process is different because they have explained everything in the email. And I'm going to explain the content of the email with you right here, okay? So the email comes as an invitation to submit a COVID-19 targeted EIDL advanced application. So the email will come to invite you to apply. This is new. We were not told that we're going to apply for the 10,000 grant. We were supposed to apply for the SBA EIDL, and the grant was supposed to come automatically. Okay, just the way it came the first time. That's the reason why I was telling people, just apply for SBA and stay cool. If you're eligible for the 10,000 grant, it just come additionally. You just see if you're eligible for, let's say, $20,000 for EIDL, you will see another 10,000 grant adding up to it, but it's different. So the email will say an invitation, okay, to submit a COVID-19 targeted EIDL advanced application. And now the application number will be the application of your own, EIDL that you actually applied the first time, right? So what do they want you to do? They want you to create your profile to process this application. So you have to create your profile just the way you were doing on the normal EIDL. The people who apply for EIDL and that's successful, they know that once you apply the first time, then you receive an email with a green button inviting you to actually create your portal, right? To see how much you're even eligible for. And then to verify identity, to do this, to accept the amount of money. So every person who applied for EIDL and receive the money know how it was working. So over here, they say they have already started, because as when I finish here, everybody has to check. I'm going to copy what it looks like, the address, and basically put it in the chat, so everybody can actually just copy it and paste it on the email search to see if they ever receive an email like that. I just send it in the chat. So everyone has to actually copy this and paste it in your Yahoo, Gmail, whatever messenger you use, to see if you ever receive an email. If you receive an email like this, it's not a spam. It's not a spam, because you were told that you're going to receive an email that says as a customer service disaster loan, blah blah blah. So basically, what does the email say? It says that it's inviting you to create your portal. Okay, once you create your portal, if you meet the requirement, the 3 requirements that I told you earlier, you will do the following, which is apply. And I'm going to tell you in 1 second how to apply, what will be in the application, what precaution you have to do, what not to do. Again, there are 2 groups of people. The first group are the people who apply up to December 27 and receive the money, but the money was less than $10,000. If you apply from March 17 to December 27 and you receive $10,000, then it doesn't apply to you no more, because you receive the full $10,000 grant. If you receive $7,000 because you claim 7 employees, then you receive the difference, $3,000. If you receive, that's the first run of people who receive the money, but that was less. The second group are the people who still apply up to the 27, but didn't receive nothing, either because they are still working on his application, or maybe the application is denied because of the credit score, or because of insufficient information or unverifiable information, like they say. You are still eligible. Okay, you are still eligible. Now, the third group of people, to me, is the people who has applied on the after December 27, after this law was taken into effect. These are the 3. That means the people who have actually applied after. For those people, they don't have clear requirement on how they're going to allocate the money to those. So what I'm going to do here is mainly for the first 2 categories, because those are the people who were actually supposed to receive this money a long time ago. I mean, we have to be fair. Those are the people who are supposed to have received the $10,000 long time ago. The people who received the money, the people who didn't receive the money, that actually came late. I mean, those are the second category. The first category are people who apply on time and receive less than 10,000. Now you have to put it up to 10,000. The second category is the people who actually applied late because they came where there were no more advanced grant available for them. So they want to take care of them also. Now, the people who actually apply after, because they didn't even know about, or they didn't believe that it's even something real, now those are the third category. There is no clear explanation on how they're going to do about them, but I'm pretty confident there will come eventually come up with how they're going to allocate the same 10,000 to those people, because the EIDL is attached with the 10,000 grant. Okay, so that's the reason why I'm inviting everybody to apply. The people receiving the 1,000, a lot of people were denied. I received the the decline level, denied level. They right there. Sorry to say you are not approved, but you are still eligible for the 1,000 grant. That means it's just a matter of applying. Applying means what? It means you have a business. Having a business doesn't mean that you're making $100,000 income, even 1,000, even 500. As long as you are a business and you claim that business in your taxes, that is what the business is. The business is not when you create a nice big C Corp or S Corp with 100,000, with 500 employees, with 5 different locations that they call you business. The business is just if you stay on the street, you are just selling water. And then when you file your tax, you say, okay, well, I was selling water on the street over there on Newark, at the intersection of Bergen and Southwest Avenue. When they park on the red light, I have a bar of water, I sell, I get money. You can claim you are a business and you are a business owner, and you are categorized as a business owner, self-employed. So just by applying, and we know a lot of people actually make business, do business, but the intention don't claim that, because they know, oh, that wasn't even a business. I didn't make nothing. I spent the money, I didn't receive nothing. No, you are a business. If you are a business, you'll be eligible for every program that says small businesses. And we know COVID is not over yet, and the new administration will do everything on its power to satisfy all the businesses. Okay, that's why I'm saying that everybody should apply. So now let's go back to what the letter says. The letter says that we recommend that you have a copy of your 2019 federal tax return on hands to assist you in completing the targeted EIDL advanced application question. That means they're going to ask you a lot of questions, especially financial questions, that you have to refer to your 2019 application. Right? You will also be asked to confirm that the information provided in your original EIDL application is still accurate. That means if it's not accurate, you have to change those. You have to contact them to change it. Now I'm reading the letter because I don't know, for some reason I cannot actually share my screen, but I'm going to post this letter in the Facebook group. Okay, those who are in the Facebook group will know that they will have access to it. So they are saying that if there is any change, you may be asked to provide documents in order to determine if you are eligible to the targeted advance. That means, for example, if you are providing different address, you need to prove that, it's a different address. When you are applying for EIDL, you put 138 22nd Street, Irvington. Now you live on 17th Street, Newark. So you just need to provide that something has changed. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it. Now, they're saying that applicants that pass the initial eligibility requirement will be required to electronically sign the form 45016. I thought a lot of people here are familiar with the form 45016. Okay, that means what? It means that those forms that are being required from you guys, and sometimes I send you the link to fill it out and sign it and show me for me to see if it's, you completed it right or not before we submit it, especially when it comes to reconsideration, when you receive a decline level, or when it comes to an increase. Now they're saying that you also have to provide that form, but you have to do it electronically. Okay, that means you actually have to work in the system. It's not something that you want to just, collect those documents and just email this to them. You have to go into the system to actually process your application. Okay, so what else do you have to do? They're saying that this form will allow the IRS to obtain tax transcript directly from the IRS before we can approve your request for targeted EIDL advance. That means if you have got the money but you didn't actually, the information that you use to get the money are not among your taxes. It means they are not going to be able to match with when they go through your taxes. Okay, either you need to amend your taxes. If you, I saw people, even on the PPP, they asked me to help them with forgiveness. When I asked for the taxes, I see there's no way, nothing that you can provide from these taxes that can help him to get forgiveness, because the information that was used to get the loan has nothing to do with actually his own taxes. That's what it needs here. So you have to amend your taxes to include any information that you put in the application that doesn't exist in your actual taxes, okay? So they are saying that the SBA goal is to process all requests within 24 days of receiving a complete application. That means you have to provide a complete application. Once you provide those complete application, okay, what do you have to do? You have to wait for 20, they have up to 21 days to actually communicate to tell you that you will receive the money. So this is the time you need to account for once you apply. I mean, once you are taking time to apply, you're also taking time to get the process, because the day you process your application, you finish your application, it will take up to 21 days, okay? And you receive the decision by email, okay? So due to the limited availability fund for targeted EIDL advanced program, the SBA will not be able to reconsider application through an appeal process. It means what? It means that if you made a mistake when you are applying, they will not say, okay, you know what, why is it like that? You'll be like, okay, yeah, that was a mistake. Let me come back and fix it so you can approve me. You have to get everything normal, everything good before submitting your application. So you don't want to, there's no way they can appeal the decision because you made a mistake and you are fixing the mistake. For example, if you know that you change the address, you have to provide any supporting document that shows you change the address. If you change the bank, you have to show that, oh, this is the new name of the bank, and so on. So basically, they are saying that it is very important that you double check your bank account information carefully before submitting the application. Why? Because incorrect and incomplete information may result in an inability to approve your request or successfully disburse the fund. Okay, you have to make sure that the information that you put on the application are the same that you are going to put now. You see, it's a different application. You were not supposed to do another application because you already submit an application with your information. They're supposed, and you receive the money because once you apply, you put the bank account in there. Now they want you to do another application and to confirm that and put the bank account again. If you are putting different bank account, for example, you need to justify, because you can put your sister bank account in there or your daughter or brother bank account. It's not a business no more, unless maybe your daughter is also a member, maybe a partner in the business, and for some reason your bank account is no longer working and you are using one of the partner bank account to continue to do your business. Okay, so double check that your account number and routing number are correct. Okay, they should be located in the bottom of the check if available. Log into your online banking and locate the information there, or contact your bank for confirmation. That means don't make a mistake on your account number. If you're not sure about the routing number, contact your bank, because they are saying that sometimes there are two different types of routing number. There are some routing number that are for direct deposit, and there are some other routing number that are not for direct deposit, basically. And you have to make sure that the routing number you put in the application is really the routing number that's supposed to be for the funding. That's the reason why a lot of people didn't receive the money, because some information they provide, they were not able to actually dispose the fund. Okay, or maybe they put any name, any bank. You apply as a DLS corporation, Now we see the bank account is let's say Kwasi Adebayo. So how come GN Corporation has a bank account name with Kwasi Adebayo, and we didn't see Kwasi Adebayo as even one of the owner of the business? So those are a lot of reasons why they are saying the letter. I'm not making it up. This is in the letter. Sometimes I paraphrase this. Okay, I'm gonna post the letter in my Facebook group for you guys to understand what could have been the reason why you didn't even receive yours in the first place. If you didn't apply late, I'm excluding the fact that you applied late. You applied on time, but you didn't receive the 1,000. So there are so many factors that came into play that made you be unable to actually receive those funding. Okay, so I think I'm going to, and once I'm not going to go into all the rest of this letter, but I'm going to post it in the group. What I need to let you know is that when you finish it, you will see the same green button that will say click here to actually, when you receive the email, there will be a green button there that says targeted advanced application. When you click there, that is how you create your portal and you start providing all of those information. And they are saying that you have to provide all the supporting document that shows the impact that you say you have incurred. That is what the letter says. You have to provide all the supporting documents starting from 2019 to 2020, because you are getting the money according to what? According to 2019 information, right? They want you to provide all the 2019 information. And we know some people didn't file taxes. Some people file taxes, but they apply just by guessing numbers. So they want you to provide those information because they are going to match. And that's what I'm doing. I've been saying that provide your 2020, and then we're going to match it with 2019. If you were in business in 2019, it's the same exact thing that they want you to provide. If you apply, you will receive $1,000, you're supposed to receive 9,000 difference. And there's no way you can actually even show a financial document that shows that you have lost money. How are you going to receive the money? The 10,000 grant, the difference, because you receive 1,000. Now you have to receive 20,000, 9,000 difference. That's why now you have to consult with your accountant to help you with those. Okay, you have to consult with your accountant now to help you prepare those in case you receive those funding. Okay, by the way, even though you not receive those funding, you need to prepare those to show that you have lost money before you even apply for the PPP. Why? Because when you apply for PPP, they ask you, what is the reference period? That means, which period are you comparing? And I'm pretty sure somebody doesn't know what I'm talking about. He just went there and filled the application. When they ask questions, they put any numbers there, whether it's approved or no. If you put any numbers there, because and you have to provide you have to upload those documents when it comes to PPP. Okay, you have to upload the document you upload. You already put information there. Now you have to upload document. When you upload document that has nothing to do with what you put in your application, of course, they're going to deny your PPP because inconsistency between what you put in the system or what you actually provide as information. Some banks will actually help you to just reduce the money to the extent of what your financial information says. Okay, let's say you put some numbers that make you be eligible for 10,000, but your financial information, when you upload your Schedule C or W3 for those who say I have employees, or Form 940, for federal unemployment taxes, when you provide those, when they analyze those, they see that, oh, you are only eligible for 2,500, and they bring your eligibility to 2,500. But some other bank will just disqualify you and rip it out. So you are denied, you are declined. That's the reason why a lot of people will come to me. I don't know what happened. I apply. I say you apply, you have employees. Yes. I look at the net income. You have a net positive, because they go to your net income. The net income is what is supposed to be your salary. If you're not a salary person, that means at least they should consider your net income to figure out how much you should receive for yourself if you don't have employees. But a lot of people were, having business with net positive, but you didn't receive the money. Everybody should receive the money. It depends on how you process your application or what you put in there. Okay, so I'm going to stop here. Wow, I don't know how people are still coming. So I don't know if you guys have a question. Who has the first question? Isabel, I think you are on mute. You want to talk? You guys have to talk. I see more than 30 persons here. Who has to talk? Who has something to say about everything that I have been preaching? Or question. And this is the question because a lot of people will ask me, so what do I need to do? Like, am I eligible? I think I'm explaining here. I explained it here. But if you are not too sure, then you can still ask because you're going to call. A lot of people know when you guys are calling and we are just busy. We are not even able to sometimes respond or timely respond. Yeah. Francis, Steve, you're gonna go ahead.
Yes, thank you so much for all this knowledge, man. Really, really thank you. I really appreciate it. My question is, what do we do if we didn't receive that email? Because when I copy the link that you share with us and I posted in my email, I couldn't find such email. So what do we do in that case? Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you for the question, Steve. Yes, that's a good question. Of course, not everybody will receive the email the first day. I mean, we said they were sending the second round of stimulus check, right? We're supposed to stop when? I think in January 15 or something. People still receive it until up to the end of the month of January, right? So as long as they have money there that are supposed to be dispersed to people, of course, there's no system that can send the email to millions of applicants in 1 or 2 days or 3 days. Of course, it's going to take time. My advice to you is to monitor it. Monitor your email every day, because if you didn't receive it, let's say you receive it overnight before you go to bed, and tomorrow you don't check, and you check it 2 days later, what will happen is that now you are 2 days late, because the day you actually submit your application, you have been receiving your response 2 days earlier. Okay, I will just advise you guys to be on the watch. But they are saying that they will only notify the people who are eligible, because once you receive it, then you're eligible. But I don't know why somebody is not going to be eligible. Just tell me. Because the first time, everybody was eligible, unless you put in your application that you have more than 300 employees. I just said that, right? Unless you say you have more than 200 employees, yeah, then they want to say nothing, because the new rule to receive this is that you have to have less than 200 employees. Now, even the requirement to have losses money by 30%, we were not supposed to cover that when we were applying for EIDL. No, at the first, you were not supposed to say that. It's only now when you're applying that you want to show that you have incurred losses, right? So I don't know on what basis they are going to decide not to send it to every person who applies. I really don't, I don't see it. I may be lost, I may be wrong, but I don't see it. That's the reason why I'm saying it goes back with when people apply first time. You apply, you don't have the response, you don't have nothing. And you are like, what to do? I'm like, you're going to receive something. Whether it's a denial letter, which is the worst case scenario, or it's an approved letter, or it's a request to provide more information. Everybody will receive something. It's just a matter of time. And that time, I don't even have the control, because I'm just like you, right? I don't even work in there. I don't even work in there. Guy, please save this, record this video if you can, okay? Or make me a host.
Okay, sir. Excuse me.
Yes.
Please, I have a question. Thank you, thank you for everything you have done for us. I'm very appreciative. I don't know if the denial have something to do with the credit score, because last year apply, but they sent me the email that the credit score was not satisfactory. That's why they denied. And then they also told me that I can reapply, I can consider the decision and reapply more. I don't know. My question now is to know if the credit score can be the criteria to deny those things, to the cash.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for the question. And exactly, yeah, you are absolutely right. The credit score is one of the reasons why credit score is the reason why one of the reasons why people were receiving denial letter. Okay, but it's not the only reason. But if you want to focus on what I have said earlier here, even though your credit score was bad, you were still eligible. You were actually even eligible that time to receive the 1,000. Okay, you are still eligible now for the 10,000. If you didn't receive nothing at all, you should receive 10,000. If you receive 1,000 because you receive a decline letter, that's saying that, oh, your credit score is low, then what's going to happen is that you were supposed to receive the 1,000, even though they were telling you that the credit score is bad. Okay, but now I came up since the first round to say, okay, you know what, my people were supposed to receive the funds, and I see their gross income, so they are denied because of the credit. What can I do for them? So I partner with the company to actually help them with the credit, to fix their credit. And we have been successfully helping a couple of the applicants to actually get the credit improved and eventually get the money. I think he's not here. What's his name? He's supposed to apply beginning of this week because his credit has considerably increased. So yes, your credit score is bad. You will not receive the loan itself, because the loan base, one of the reasons is based on the credit. They run your credit before they give you the money, just as any financial institution, right? So, but you are eligible for the 10,000 grant. And if you want to see how to work on your credit, I will be more than welcome to actually assist you on that. Yes, any more questions?
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I still have one question, please.
Good evening. Thank you for the knowledge sharing. God bless you more. What I'm trying to say here is, I have somebody. He said I should help him ask the question. He's actually taking on employment.
Yeah.
And at the same.
I can hear you, man. For some reason, I'm not able to hear you. So I'm not keeping with what you're saying. I don't know if somebody else can hear what you're saying.
File that intact, will it not affect him?
Okay, can you say the question again, because you have been interrupted? You have been, I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, my question is, I asked somebody that does taxi driving, and at the same time, he takes unemployment.
Yes.
Okay, so he's not saying that is that unemployment going to affect him in applying for the loan, and at the same time, when he wants to file his tax, if he doesn't file the withhold taxes from unemployment, does it affect him in any way?
Okay, I'm gonna start with the end of your question. When you are receiving unemployment, when you file your taxes, you have to file with whatever is on the 1099G, right? You have to file with what is on that paper. If they have collected taxes, because the unemployment is just like a paycheck. I mean, you have right to know, just like a regular paycheck, except that they give it to you when you are not working. They give it to you weekly, or I don't know if sometimes it's bi-weekly, but they collect taxes on it. It's one of the tax documents. You have to give it to your tax guy to apply for it. If you don't do it, that is tax evasion. It's just like you are working and you hide one of your W-2. It's just the same thing. So you have to do that. Now, if you are doing unemployment, if you're taking unemployment, you are also a self-employer. Okay, are you eligible for the loan doesn't ask you if you are working as a W2 worker or if you are taking unemployment or no. The loan focuses on the possibility of you proving that you are a business owner. You could be a business owner and still be on the unemployment. You could be a W2 worker, but still being on the unemployment. I know very few people know that. I mean, so a lot of people don't know that. During the COVID, people were working, but they were still on unemployment. How? If you were making, let's say, $1,000 a week, now you're making only 600,000. You are eligible for unemployment, for example. If you were making, let's say, 800 every week, now you're making only 300. You're eligible for, even if you keep working, you're eligible for unemployment. If you are a business owner, you are, I don't know, you have a store, you are selling stuff, but because of the COVID, your income has considerably decreased. You can apply for unemployment and receive the unemployment, even though you still have your store, because it could be demonstrated that, of course, that's the reason why you have to, the people who assist to the previous webinar that we had, it was on Sunday, Saturday, yes, you have to keep your record to say, okay, this is what I'm making. Because of the COVID, I'm making this less. So how can I survive if I don't go into unemployment? So yes, he could be a taxi driver and still collect unemployment. It's just a matter of how much he's making. And I heard somebody, I don't know, maybe he's here. He was here, one of the cab driver. I had to fulfill his unemployment, and he was working. Okay, so it's a matter of how often do you work? How much do you make? Even if you are self-employed, what do you deduct from what you're making? They're gonna figure out your net. Your net becomes lower, then you are eligible for unemployment. So it doesn't prevent you from applying as long as you can show that you are a business owner. You are eligible for those loans. Somebody can be a W2 worker and have $1 million company. If that $1 million company is suffering and is eligible, yes, you still have your job here, and you can still be applying for those programs. So you're applying because of the self-employment or the business activity that you have. I don't know if this explains your question or answers your question. I hope so. So yeah, we have 5 more minutes. So who else has a question?
Yeah, I have a question, please. I mean, to qualify, right? To qualify for that grant, do you have to be in business before 2020, or it don't matter for how long you've been in business? Thank you.
First of all, I just explained that for this targeted, I didn't say for the SBA application. That those are 2 different things now. You just heard that you're going to have to apply for this 10,000 grant, whereas it was understood that it was one application that you apply at the SBA level, and then they just go and give you the money. So now there are 2 different applications right here. To apply for the PPP, EIDL, as long as you are a business owner, you should normally be eligible to get something, as long as you are able to provide your income, your financial statement, maybe income statement that can show that you are in business. But they say that you were supposed to be in business by February 15, 2020. But you could start the business on May. I mean, officially register the business on the month of May, but you were already in business by February 15. Okay. Being in business doesn't mean that you register. You can be in business without even do the registration of your business. It's just a matter of, can you show that what income, what expense you have made on January, on February, on March? Yes, if you can show that on the financial document, then you consider to be eligible. Now, for this program right here, the 10,000 grants, I just laid down the category of people. You are eligible if you already applied. If you apply before December 27, 2020, you are already eligible on the first category if you receive something less than $10,000. Okay, you are eligible if you receive something, anything less than between 1,000 and 9,000. If you receive 1,000 up to 9,000, then you are eligible to the difference to cap it to 10,000. If you file before December and you receive the money. The second category, if you file by December 27, but you didn't receive the money. So my question to you will be, have you filed before December 27 or no? If you filed by December 27, did you receive something? If you say no, you are among the second category of people. If you receive something, then you are among the first category of people. Now, if you didn't apply for the first round at all, so you only start applying after December when the new law say, okay, we give you money again. If you only apply on that period, then you are what I call third category. You will still be eligible for the funding because they let you apply for SBA, EIDL. Now, how to get your $10,000 is not yet explained, but the first thing to do is to apply for the SBA, because when you apply, you get the funding unless your credit is so bad, like somebody said here that, I was not eligible because of my friend, because of the credit was not eligible. Maybe you were not eligible because of your credit, then you are declined. But you are a candidate for any advance that should go to people who apply. So you should know what category you are. Okay? Yeah. So what question do you have? Snowden, I want you to say something.
Wait, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I want you to say something.
Oh, no, you've been doing a good job. I'm just listening. Great information. Very, knowledgeable. I'm just, very good information. I'm just listening. I've been listening, but thank you for sharing such, valuable information.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, so I don't have the possibility to share my screen here. I don't know if I can do it now. And Tyrell, can you allow me to share the screen? Then she's there. Please. Yeah, I have something to share with you. I have done that on the last webinar. I'm going to do it here for the remaining people who are still there for this webinar, is to share some tool that you can use to actually track those information. It's about information. Some company actually hired accountants specifically to track all of this SBA, PPP stuff. Okay. Yeah.
Hi. Sorry to
yes.
interrupt you, Russell.
Yeah.
Hi. So I've made you the host for the event today. Well, fortunately, I think I made the one you was seeing you live on now is the one that I made the host, so you can actually make the other link, the co-host that you can share from there.
Let me see. Yes, and I was saying that I have something that I have something that I'm going to share with you guys, so that you can actually start collecting those information. Okay, it's important to be able to track your information, even though it was not for this PPP SBA. As a business owner, before you go to file your taxes, you have to do your own homework. Nobody will do your homework better than you, because nobody is in your mind. So this document is to help you, to be able to actually track your information. You need to track your information before you go to your tax professional. That is what you have to do. I see people just throwing. Sometimes, you know what happened? I have a client that say, what I do here, I just send him my social security. So that professional has to do the same thing, everything. So I'm like, okay, so how do you know? He say, okay, he comes back to me and say, okay, you have $2,000 refund. And she's like, no, when he said, I said, no, last year I got 3,000. It's okay, let me see. He goes back in, I don't know what he's doing. You don't even know what somebody was making every month, every year, or every quarter. You don't know what the expense is, but you are doing the taxes. You as a taxpayer, somebody doesn't know your situation. You just care about how much refund you're going to be. You don't know the trouble you are putting yourself into. And I mean, we have to stop to do business as we were doing, you know, over there in Africa or whatever is in the third world country. No, we have to take advantage. And I explained it to our training last weekend on what you are losing when you don't do three things, those three mistakes that I explained it. Okay, so you have to know exactly what you are doing. Okay, and start doing. If you know what you are doing wrong, that's the only time you can now do something right. Okay, the only time you can do something right is if you know that you are doing something wrong. Okay, so yeah, that's the reason I'm going to share that link with you. That link will actually just help you to, you know, to basically try to remember as much as you can on how much money you made on December, on November, because you are the first person to remember more than your tax professional. Okay, you are the first person to know that. So, and what are the expenses that are incurred during the year? Okay, you need to know what are all the expenses that are spent money on during the year. If you don't do that, you are just guessing stuff and you are just trying to survive. You're not a business owner. You try to make some living. And when you have a business, your business is supposed to resist and to grow and to expand. Maybe you can leave your business to your children if they want to continue with your legacy, right? So yeah, that's the reason why I'm saying that, you know, I'm going to copy the link and paste it over there. Everybody can get advantage of it. It's just a template of income and entity structure and, you know, expenses and expense and income. And you can just go there and put all the expense that you made during the year. I mean, during the year in there. People are still calling. You receive the link. You're supposed to just join the meeting, but how come you call? Okay. Yeah, I'm going to share that link with you guys. It's basically the same link I shared last time. I feel like anytime I have people taking the time to watch all the nonsense I'm saying, sometimes I can share them. I can say thank you to them and help them with some stuff that can help them on their business or even on the individual situation. Okay. Yeah, that's the reason why I'm going to paste this on the chat. This one will help you specifically to gather the information you need for your taxes. But the next meeting, which will be after 2 weeks, if I'm correct, Taiwo, I will share again the one that can help you to track your activity the whole year. I don't have that ready here. The one that you have to track your activity every day. You can actually track any income and expense every single day. And whenever you want to know how much I might be making, you can just have the total of it, of how much I've been making since January to now, how much I've been spending since January to now. You can know that anytime. And that is how you know, even though you don't have the money to pay an accountant to physically open your account in the QuickBooks or any software business, at least you have a better idea of what are the spending. That way, if you want to hire an accountant, the accountant will have a better realistic information about you, because he will just go there and see what you spent yesterday, what you spent the day before yesterday, what you spent. He will see everything, and he will see what you made. So on the next week, on the next webinar, I will also share that that tool with you guys. Yeah. Okay. Tayo, can you confirm that this was recorded? Hello? Tayo. So if people just mute themselves and leave. Yeah, in the meantime, if somebody has a question, this is maybe the last concern I need to ask from her. I don't know if somebody has a question here as Tayo is coming to help me to see if this meeting was recorded so that I can share with other people who actually excuse themselves from not being able to assist here. Yeah. So yes, so over here, my goal was to give a lot of knowledge on you guys on how you can do to go about this program. Okay, that was my goal. I hope that I reached that goal, and if I didn't, next time I will try my best to be more specific or more knowledgeable on what can help my community. Yeah, you guys have to start taking your business seriously. Even though you are Uber driver, you have to take your business seriously because this is how you actually save in taxes. I was telling somebody today that there are people who are paying $20,000 in taxes, like really $20,000 in taxes or $18,000. I can share with you the W2, but I didn't have time to hide the name, or I will share the W2 with you. Somebody is spending 18,000 just because you're making money. Okay, if you're making money that you can pay $18,000 a year, how much money have you given to someone who is who is the need of the money? If I come there and say, can you like help me with $1,000, you will say, no, I have nothing, because all the money you have is already budgeted. There's no room for even 1,000 to help someone, but you are paying $18,000. What about only 5,000 of it was supposed to be into, let's say, a retirement account for yourself? What about that? So you will be still losing $18,000, but not giving the whole $18,000 to Uncle Sam. You will be giving him only $13,000, and you will be putting $5,000 into some account that can help you. Or maybe you don't even give it to someone, but you find a way to save that money or do something else, okay? Or put it into a saving security account that can help you tomorrow. So the point is that you have to, whenever you are making money, you start saying, oh, they collect me. Sometimes they collect up to $1,000 every week on my paycheck. Yeah, of course, $1,000 in the paycheck every 2 weeks is around $20,000 a year. So you have to think about what to do to actually, not saying you want to work less, because what they're collecting is a percentage. I mean, you work less, they also collect less. You work more, they collect more. But you have to know how to do to actually get those money back. That's the point. If they collected $30,000 or $20,000 out of your paycheck, what do you have in place that can help you to collect those money back? You don't know. If you don't know, you will still give it to them, and you will still working hard and hard and harder. Whereas some people are working less and less and saving even more. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna thank you guys. It was a pleasure again. Hopefully, maybe by the end of the week, I will have another meeting to entertain you on the same topic, or maybe different topic. Maybe it will be about the tax planning, or maybe about the PPP or EIDL, or maybe it will be about, I will come back because I saw people receiving some decline level. Okay, what can make you receive a decline level for this new application, or how to do about it? Okay, I think I'm going to make a new live to explain with you how to do it. And the people who receive the money already, I think I need to do another live to explain how to get an increase because I said that to people like over the phone. Oh, do you know you received the first time? How much do you receive? I received 35,000. Do you know you can ask for more? How? I'm like, okay, I'm gonna send you all the things you need to do to ask for more. I think I need to do it on live with everybody so everybody can see and everybody start doing by themselves without me having to depend on me to do it. Okay, yeah. So, and Franklin, I don't know, somebody was Franklin. He said that he need help. Franklin Jacob. Okay, so I will need to just contact me. I guess everybody here received this link either by text message or WhatsApp or on Facebook, in our Facebook group. Or the first thing I can just post our Facebook group here for the people who will be interested in joining the Facebook group community where created to help small business owner with this grant or any question on how to get it, how to apply for it, or how to go back after the decline level. Okay, yeah, this was basically the reason why this group was created. Of course, I just expanded it to be able to provide loan, any type of loan to any business owner or even self-employer. Why? Because a lot of business owner or self-employer, they will apply for line of credit or loan, but they will get denied. They will get denied on 1 or 2 or 3 applications. What happened is that now, if you were denied 3 or 4 times, chances are that you are hurting your credit even more. If you don't, especially if you know, because once the other companies see that you have been denied so many times, sometimes they do not approve you. But we are working on the platform where we can actually, you submit one application through us, and then we can populate it into maybe 500 different lenders, and we come back with those who already approve you. So that is what the people within that group made me think that I can help them, because some people even receive the money, but the money wasn't enough. Okay, they still need more. That's why I was explaining to get what do you call it, increase. So now there's this solution that we came up with. I can help you actually get approved, because we come up with, just like when you go to the car dealership, you give your information, but they say, oh, nobody approved you because your credit is so bad and stuff. Sometimes they come up with one bank, one lender that approve you. Exactly. But you don't have to be on this position of purchasing a car to receive it. Just by applying, if you want, doesn't matter how much you want, 10,000, 100,000, 20,000 grand. Of course, the money you receive will always depend on what you are making yourself. You need to know that this PPP or EIDL, it depends on how much money you're making. So you're not going to be making $25,000 a year, and you hope you can get approved for $50,000 line of credit. Of course, you're dreaming. But if it's given the fact that you are making good money, maybe 70,000, 100,000, but you need to apply for a line of credit, you are being denied so many times, then you can contact us, because we'll be able to help you on that now in that group. Okay, so yeah, it's 9:36. I'm going to thank you definitely now for being here, and I hope everyone got something out of this today. Let's see. I hope everyone got something out of this today. Taro, can you hang up? Can you stop the meeting? I don't know how to stop the meeting from here.
All right. Thank you so much again today, Russell. Appreciate you.
Yeah. And see you the first time. See you next time.
Thank you very much, okay, Russell.
That was my pleasure.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Bye, you too.
Yes, bye. It was a pleasure to be here with you, and I will always try to be there, even though we are so busy. Okay, yeah, I will try my best to be here as much as I can. Anytime I have good information to share, I will come and try to share those information with you guys. Okay. Let me see. Okay, yeah, I think I can share from here. Thank you, and see you next time.